The manatee, one of nature's most gentle life forms, is a creature that we are enamored with for hundreds of years. These free-floating gentle giants, which amazingly are the cousins of elephants, move through the water with grace and ancient wisdom. According to many sources, there are 3 known species of manatee that inhabit our planet. However, we are going to focus on one specific species, the West Indian or Florida manatee. Come with me on this amazing expedition as we uncover more about manatee behavior, as well as understanding more about the ongoing dangers and threats to their way of life. Welcome to Crystal River, Florida, a beautiful area where the sun meets the river. It's where many people can travel on boat, kayak around, and enjoy being around wildlife. One of the popular attractions of this area is to be the only place in Florida to swim around manatees. Around the winter months, these sea cows will seek warmer water by leaving the Gulf to take shelter in the many springs Florida has to offer. Unfortunately, due to other tasks outside of the expedition, I was not able to swim amongst these amazing creatures. And so, I took it upon myself to do the next best thing, to clear kayak in order to find them. With the help of our guide, Ryan, me and a friend were able to grab a clear kayak and start our journey. Alright guys, we just got in the water. Right now I'm on a clear kayak. It's beautiful out here. We've been told that the manatees here, like they would normally be in the hundreds, but since it's a pretty chill day, as far as with the warmth of it, we potentially could see some manatees, not as much as other days, but still potentially able to see some manatees. So we're going to get out of the water and go to the area where they are found. With that, we made our way into the open water, following Ryan while learning a bit more about the history and local wildlife of Crystal River. One of the local wildlife, a water bird known as a cormorant, greeted us along the docks. Then, our guide Ryan told us a little bit more about the wildlife here.
And the white pelican. You can tell what kind they are by their head. So, brown pelican has brown head, white pelican has a white head.
Interesting.
See some other cool stuff.
Bird Island, guys.
You'll see some turtles over there. So the sign is here. You'll see that log sticking up out of the water. And there's turtles hanging out there right up out of the water, right behind the sign. These are going to be the yellow-bellied spider. So we don't have the big Hawaiian sea turtles, but smaller freshwater turtles. And like 95% of the turtles we have out here are going to be the yellow-bellied spider. There's a manatee.
Oh, nice. And then a pelican just went by.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So out here, we can see them moving around, but the water is not too clear.
Okay.
As we get closer to the springs, the water will start to clear up a little bit more, and we'll be able to see them.
Sounds.
So if I see some on our way out there and you don't see them, don't worry. You'll be able to see more once we get back there.
Awesome.
We paddled into deeper waters to officially begin our manatee sightings. After briefly seeing one manatee surface to breathe air, my excitement was through the roof. Ryan said that the spring was past an area the locals call Manatee Highway, a bridge where people walk or bike over the river leading into the springs. And so we headed there.
Super cool. Just saw a manatee footprint, which are circles in the water, letting us know that the manatees are actually able to move. We might be able to see a manatee. It might have went underneath or around us, but we're going to the springs area, so the water is going to be a little bit more clear.
After passing the bridge of the famous Manatee Highway, it was not long before we spotted our very first manatee up close.
Guys, we got a manatee right there. Super cool. Amazing animals.
Then, moving just a bit further, we came upon our first springs, where other guests were also observing as well.
Ooh.
And then further back, like 2/3 of the way back to the end there, is Magnolia Spring. So you'll see a whole bunch of bats. And then again, they'll be coming around and coming in and out of the springs here. There's maybe like 50 of them back there that you can see.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them over there. Those little dots or those
Yeah, right over here.
right
In
there.
front of this kayak.
There's some ripples in the water.
Right here, there's two of them. There's one here, and then there's one behind.
So, Ryan, how deep would you say the water where we are now is compared to where we were before?
A little deeper back here at the springs back over there, it's going to be like 20 to 30 feet deep.
Wow.
That's a really deep spring back here. But in general, we're probably 6 feet or less back in here. And then if we go to Hobo Spring at the very back, it's another 20 or 30 feet back there.
That's amazing.
We continued to move towards other springs, cutting past riverside homes. This is where we saw more manatee footprints all around our kayak, and I decided to use my GoPro to capture all of the commotion under the water. It's safe to say that I made the right decision by doing so. Underneath, following our kayak, was a beautiful manatee. This one was a female. Females are generally larger and heavier than males, often reaching 10 to 13 feet long and weighing over 2,000 pounds. Males are typically smaller, reaching around 9 to 10 feet long and weighing over 1,200 pounds. Finally, reaching the other springs, we spotted a popular sight amongst manatee watchers, a mother with her offspring. The two were alone, feeding upon the vegetation as we gently approached them with caution. Mother manatees are dedicated, nurturing, and patient parents, investing up to 2 years in raising their young. They teach calves vital survival skills, including locating warm water refuges, finding food, and navigating. Using my GoPro yet again, we were able to get a closer look at the mother-child duo. Mothers maintain a close contact with their calves, often using tactile behaviors such as nuzzling and hugging for bonding with each other. A gestation for a mother lasts around 12 to 13 months and gives birth to only one calf. Leaving the two, we traveled back around to the very first springs again, accompanied by another manatee also heading the same direction. To sustain themselves, an adult manatee needs to consume around 10% of their body weight, or roughly 100 to 200 pounds of food a day. Being active grazers searching for food, they'll spend up to 8 hours feeding on seagrass, algae, and aquatic plants. Feeling satisfied with the amount of manatees we saw in a limited time, we then made our way back to Manatee Highway, where Ryan guided us on our way back. As we left, part of me felt both humbled but a bit saddened to leave such a peaceful place. Upon leaving, the winds had picked up due to an upcoming storm by the Gulf. Nevertheless, the view was still absolutely spectacular, and the thought of those manatees were all I could possibly think of as my friend and I finally made our way back to shore.
Well, guys, that was it. That concludes the end of our Manatee expedition tour. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was so much fun being out there in the water and so much fun being able to be close to a manatee and kayaking literally right above them and right next to them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and till next time, I guess. Call the biologist out.
Manatees are considered a threatened species according to the IUCN Red List. Common threats these creatures face are habitat loss from seagrass starvation, watercraft collisions, and cold stress. They are very important to their ecosystems due to their grazing, which helps new growth and prevents overgrowth. Manatees also maintain nutrient cycling in coastal, freshwater, and marine habitats. If you want to support manatee conservation, be sure to check out Save the Manatee Club as well as the Manatee Research and Rehabilitation Partnership, which focuses on habitat protection, rescue, and rehabilitation. Also, if you are around the Crystal River area and would like to kayak amongst manatees as well, check out Get Up and Go Kayaking for affordable rates and awesome memories. That'll do it for this expedition though. Be sure to comment down below on what you like about manatees. Until next time, guys.